Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Attila. We're playing on the Age of Charlemagne DLC as the Byzantine Empire being reforged from the theme of Sicily. If you want to play as the theme of Sicily, you're going to have to download the mods from the Steam Workshop in the description below if you want to play along with me and then reforge the Byzantine Empire. Now guys, I have skipped a fair few turns ahead, so I can guarantee you that some stuff can look different. Now if you can remember in the last episode, I was kind of in a bit of a sticky situation. It was kind of a bit of a rut in the campaign. I had 3 full stacks, and what's basically happened, looking diplomacy-wise, just looking at the campaign, looking at the world around us. Now, the Duchy of Provence, who I'm going to attack in today's episode, so expect a huge bloodshed war. So it's sort of like this Duchy of Provence, the former Brittany and Frank's allies down in the south. We have a small Duchy of Bavarian Kingdom, who were my defensive allies. And then in the north, there's this what's their religion? Is it paganism? This paganism northern top here, even though I am allied with the Vikings, and then there's obviously the English factions, Mercia, Wessex. This guy's 150. I'm pretty sure that's glitched out, which is absolutely insane. So it's this little English corner here, this paganism top half, the Germanic kingdoms, and obviously the Duchy of Provence. Now, I got to a point with having this, like, I forgot how bad corruption was in this game. And I got to a point where I couldn't even afford to barely have 3 full stacks. And back then, looking at Provence, I was making 6,000 per turn from it. So I was like, how the fuck am I going to get out of this? Well, I basically spent the last hour and a half turtling up. I basically converted all my buildings to palaces, all my regions, and built a council hall, which gives a minus 15 to corruption and a minus 15 to adjacent provinces. So in doing so, I've been able to just like fixing the corruption, because I forgot how bad, like I forgot how it's stupid corruption, how overpowered it is in this faction. I control nearly more than, I reckon definitely more than half the map, and just like Provence were able to make like 5 full stacks. It's fucking crazy. So because of that, I quickly reiterated my income. I was making 40,000 per turn, which is insane, and I'm able to have, so I've got 6 full stacks here. These are not cheap troops either. These are the Cataphractoi with large Onager, Cairo Ballista, and 4 archers. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually get any more Varanginger, but for some reason I can get more Cataphractoi. So we've got all of Leo the Lionheart's grandchildren. I might go through them eventually. So we've got 6 full stacks here. And, yeah, so we were able to get 7 new stacks. I'm even recruiting another one up here. 7 new stacks from just fixing our corruption, which did take a little while. Literally nothing happened. So I was either, right, do I do an hour special, just basically just sitting, just converting buildings, or I can take the bullet, listen to a podcast, listen to some music and stuff in the background, and just quickly go through and fix this all up. Because once we finish Provence, I think I'm going to end the campaign, because objective-wise, we are pretty close. We only need 7 more regions, and we already have the Imperium 10. So hopefully I've recapped you a bit. So we have 3 full stacks up in the north ready to push on Marseille, because they have a huge military presence. We're going to have a huge war against them, because I don't particularly want to go north and fight the pagans, simply because we did that in my Mercia campaign. We swept down from modern-day Denmark, attacked Hetaby and Ribe, and pushed down against these pagan factions, then destroyed most of this part near Bavaria. So we haven't really fought in Iberia. So we have 3 full stacks here, 3 full stacks here, 2 full stacks here, and then right down in the south we have 2 full stacks. So we have had a death, which is unfortunate, and it's actually Martin, the Emperor's brother, died at 51 years of age of natural causes. So we've got the Emperor Schonacticus, his son Martin. Obviously, he does have a daughter, the Emperor, and he does have a second son, Leo, that does have 2 bastards. Over in Martin's line, he has Sicinius and wait, no, it's not Edulius. It'll be A. No, I'm not going to fucking try to pronounce that. I'll just call him Ed, or Ad. Theo, obviously, Theo, who married Massalia, who was Leo's daughter, has a legitimate son Isaac, Conan, and Zachary as well. So we've got the Emperor and the Prince down here ready to push against the bottom half of the Duchy of Provence. Now, I do believe they're currently sitting in second. Yes, and once we declare war on them, Wessex, who is currently sitting 8th, will join us, hopefully, and same with Mercia. The Vikings are 5th. So who's third? Is it Bavaria? It is. So, from this flank, we've got Theodore and his son Sicinius, I do believe. Now, obviously, Constantine is a adopted son. We've got Ed here, Conan. But we do have Leo, who is Prince Leo, matter of fact. So, yeah, basically, I was like, fuck me, I didn't realize building treasuries as well, just the amount of money I've accumulated. Now, unfortunately, when I go to war with Provence, we have a 4,000 long-term relationship, which is insane. And we get an 88,000 per turn. So we are making 1,700. That's going to get taken out of that. So next turn, I'm going to be able to accumulate still a pretty significant economy to continue on repairing. Now, I do have an army up in the north heading down to Lyon to be repaired. But yeah, just looking at the campaign map, obviously have Italy, Croatia, modern-day France, a little bit of Spain, Ireland, and a bit of England. But guys, if you still are enjoying this Byzantine Empire campaign, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Would really much appreciate it. Also, follow me on my social media links, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. I just want to reiterate once again, if you want to play this along with me and play as the Byzantines, maybe you can do better than me. Maybe you can, I don't know, have an alternate sort of history. But yeah, we're going to be declaring war on Provence here. Now, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks from what I can see. Now, looking at their army builds, they don't have the best infantry. However, they do have a hell of a lot of skirmishers and trebuchets. So we want to fight them on the field. If they get into a siege situation, they can just basically put all these bastards up on the walls and actually rip us quite hard. So I want to hit them. I want to hit them hard and force them to a land battle. So let's get into the fight. So we have 6, 8... 10 full stacks pushing upon Provence. Now, I would have ideally liked the Emperor and the Prince to actually hit their capital, Marseille, hit with their bigger armies, but I sort of just didn't have enough time to move them up there and switch them with another full stack. So, let's declare war on Provence. Let's see what everyone does. I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings don't follow us, simply because they hate us so much. So, let's push upon Nice. Let's declare war. So, Mercia, please come to our aid. I'm not really too sure what Wessex and the Vikings do. So, the Vikings have refused. So, our alliance with the Vikings has been broken, which is not good. That's stirring up some problems up in the north. So, we're going to continue the siege of Nice, and we're going to push up Isaac. But like I said, I love how all of these generals, except for Constantine, out of the 9 generals, are all related to Leo the Lionheart, obviously our second emperor. And I guess to some extent, they're the great-grandchildren and the grandchildren and it's only great. It's the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren of Emperor Constantine. Now, this first battle at Nice, I don't think I'm going to play, simply because look at the stats. There's 7,000, roughly around 600 loyal men to Schonacticus, the Byzantine Empire, coming up against these men at Nice. And I don't particularly like playing sieges. I would much rather force land battles. So, yeah. I'm going to auto-resolve this one. Just look at that. I would say that's nearly like a 95 to 98%. 7,600 versus 3,600. So I was about right with my calculations. So we'll push upon against Nice. It was only one full stack there. There's a hell of a lot just around the corner. So straight away, we're going to take Nice. We will occupy. Now, I don't think I'm going to overly worry too much about converting the buildings, because we're going to win the campaign soon. But I want to finish off Provence. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below, guys, what campaign you'd like to replace this. I am thoroughly enjoying Age of Charlemagne still, so maybe not. We will see whether or not I will do another campaign. So let's push over the border. Also, if you haven't gone and checked out my co-op campaign on Age of Charlemagne with Lionheart X10, if you haven't heard of him before, I'd be surprised, to be perfectly honest. But let's push upon another settlement. of the Duchy of Provence. And settings, there's no garrison. This one we're going to be able to take it quite easily. So Theodore, obviously the the emperor's brother-in-law, married to his sister, a pretty loyal general. Superb. Right, so there's still 5 full stacks here. Let's have a look down in Iberia. So settings, Martin is the prince. We're going to need to let him get some of his stats up, because he's not the best commander. So he's going to be taking this settlement. 50 men loss. Perfect. And he's going to go up in stats. So now I can also just move the emperor anywhere I want. So we've obviously taken this full settlement of Toledo. But they do have a lot of territories. It's interesting to see how like Iberia is sort of burned. What are the remnants are. So do we push on the coast? Do we try to take the coast? Because I do have a large empire. I really do. And I need to try to protect as many of it as much of it as possible. We still need 10 more regions. I still need to push this army down to Lyon. And then I'm going to push this army here at Lyon. I'm going to push Gregory up to Frankfurt and just defend my northern border, because we do border with the Vikings. The last thing as I want is men to be pushed over from Ghent. So I'm actually going to move the Emperor over to Valencia. Agents-wise, let's have a look at what we're working with. So I've got one agent there. It might be a good shout next turn to actually recruit more. But interestingly enough, we can't actually push over this body of water. I have overestimated that. So if they block us there, we're going to be in a bad position. So we've got some quickly unassigned skills. Obviously, because of these general units, I don't think I'm going to go through them and show their relation each time. Maybe if they're attacking like a crucial battle, I'll reiterate who it was. Because I love to roleplay in Total. I don't know if you guys like to do that. I like to follow my family line and come up with cool nicknames like Leo the Lionheart. And so it looks like they're pushing on their eastern border. That is very... Oh, here we go. This is what we want. Right, the Duchy of Provence has attacked Zachary. Now, I do know for a fact that he is the third-born son of Theodore, who is... His mother is the brother of the emperor. So, obviously, Zachary has... His grandfather was Leo the Lionheart, the second emperor. And obviously, his great-grandfather was Constantine. And his uncle is currently Scholasticus. So, hopefully, we don't let him die after that awesome sort of introduction to Zachary's lineage. Obviously, his first battle on the field, he's got a pretty decent host to help him. So... We've also got Isaac, which I can't remember exactly. It could be his brother or it could be his cousin. But looking at what we're coming up against here, it's going to be a good fight. A very, very good fight. This first army here with Warren is good. Not so much with the second, but they do have a lot of skirmishes. So we're going to have to be careful. But this is a huge fight. The Battle of Marseille, 1841. We're going to have to get a defensive position. We're coming up against a lot of Duchy of Provence. Oh, he's a 3-star general. He's not too bad. He's actually better than Warren, who's attacking. Oh, God. So we are playing in the piss-pouring rain. We do have a bit of a slant, I would say. But I'm not entirely sure if I should double back. Wait for my other army to come in and we can sort of hold up together, because they're absolutely going to batter us. But there is a bit of a divot there. I'm trying to think, does that give us too much low ground? Because we might actually be sort of fighting up the high ground. Oh. Are we, though? Are we actually fighting on the high ground if we go here? Drawing them further back. There's a bit of a swamp here. Obviously, I want to try consolidate my forces as best we can. And then once those other armies come in... Because they're all going to come from in front of me. I don't think they're really going to come from the sides. Overly that much. But they do have a lot of... skirmishes, so I might even just push up a little bit more. Mind you, this is just rough. I'm going to reform it a lot once everyone starts coming in. Alright. But here is Zachary. Of course, he has a awesome moustache. Hopefully, we don't get him killed. But let's start the battlefield. My reinforcements are coming in. But their reinforcements are going to trickle ever so slowly eventually. But here come my reinforcements. Loyal men of the Byzantine Empire. Isaac is coming to his family members' aid. So they are deploying from that other side. So, quickly now, run in as much as possible. I want to reform the line, and I think we're going to be able to by the time my men come in. Right. Just keep an eye on this other side here. We'll take this. Alright, Cataphractoi here. I can sort of angle you a bit on the top of this hill. Why is it doing that? Going to pause. We'll quickly reform now then. So, we're going to get every single one of my swordsmen. Now, I thought doing that would sort of help, but... So, let's go with a deployment. So, go here. Perfect. Oh, we've still got another lot of swordsmen there. God fucking damn it. I might actually spread it out further on this left-hand side. Simply because they're not going to be deploying from the right-hand side, I think. But that's a pretty good sort of formation there. Now with the flank, so this will be my left flank. Depending on how we sort of do, we can use these axemen on the flanks to either push up or to plug any gaps that may arrive. Archers-wise... Why has that been... That surely that's not my swordsman there. What the hell have I gone and done here? Hang on a minute. Have I gone and fluffed this up somehow? Maybe because... Yeah, that's what I did. Ah, god damn it, I had it actually reasonably okay. Sorry about this, guys. Well, it's taking so... It's 17 minutes into this episode, god damn it. All these orders would have been given out in real life beforehand, not during the battle. No tactician ever got to the battlefield. Like, oh, where are we going to deploy, eh? They would have had this rigorously... There we go. I don't even think that just sounds wrong on my head now. Tested for flaws. They would have had signals and banners and just everything to like quickly change your position. Alright, chuck you here, chuck you there. Onagers can stay where you are. Go with flaming. Cairo Ballista. We'll see. So here comes the other units of Cataphractoi. We'll chuck you two up here. These two can go further down now. But everyone should be running. Let's move these onagers here. I had those other onagers on flaming shot, but they're not really going to do that well, are they, if they do that? But everyone's reforming. Actually, I'm just going to halt my Cairo Ballista. They're actually good there. We just need to wait for everyone to reform real quickly. Okay. Should I use my Cataphractoi now to maybe try pick apart? There are a lot of skirmishes, so we do have to be reasonably careful. I was wondering if I could actually hide them behind here. If there's like a line of sight that might not be used. But they're pretty far up on the top of the hill here, so I don't reckon it's going to work. That's all. Alright, they've got archers here. And also, because they have so many reinforcements, they're just going to slowly trickle in. So, even if we do break them, we're not really going to be able to charge them that well. Right, so let's move up my Cairo Ballista. Now, what I do with these guys is I put them up to the front line as much as possible. Then I put a... I might actually just reform these guys just a tad, like here. You move the sword unit back, they get some shots off, they'll be nice and fine. So, now the problem is, I have a feeling, after all fucking that they're going to not attack me. Because they're bitches. So I'm going to get these cataphracti off melee mode, we're going to start harassing people. Surely they're not in range. These large onagers are somehow. Oh yeah, they're getting some shots off. I saw some like movement. I was like, hang on a fucking minute. How the hell are these guys in range? Right. I didn't get these other units of cataphracti over here. But yeah, I'm going to actually halt my large onager. Alright, let's charge down here. Let's actually... They're reforming here. Those onagers. To try and hit me. Let's get my cataphracti to skirmish. Obviously, our shock cavalry, they're not actually well suited for... These guys got different armor. Have these guys changed? Has there been an update? These guys they just look like they have different shields. Maybe I just haven't played Total War Attila in a while. I'm going crazy. Okay, so they might actually be trying to do something here. Hang on, fall back. So it looks like these skirmishers, we might be able to, hang on, if we can draw their skirmishers out, we might be able to get some shots off against them. Yeah, I don't like that. Jesus. Fall back to the main line. Draw them towards my men. We haven't lost a single unit. Oh, that's a shit. Right, we've lost 5-3. Not many. Go on. Swing around this way. Now. Alright, try hit them. Skirmish. Oh, no, don't do that, don't do that, for the love of God, no, I did that, I swear that's like the same, oh, fuck me. Alright. This is just not my day, guys, this seriously isn't. And they cannot, like, get on now because we spooked the horses. I'm a fucking idiot. I am a fucking idiot. Because I guess cataphracti don't have a skirmish mode. Because the toggle fire at will and like the skirmish mode's like... there. Now, we just fucking just spooked all those horses. So we basically wasted a unit of cataphracti. Now these guys are getting slugged down into medium infantry combat. And they're going to get broken if they're not careful. I don't even know what I'm doing. What am I doing with all this fucking cavalry here? Attack the main line, you pricks. Fuck am I doing? Because they're not really quick enough for skirmishers. Because these very light skirmishers are just going to actually make a mockery of us. Just fucking push back. Especially with these guys. Just don't even just go back to the general unit. Just go on the flanks now. Get your shots off where you can. Alright, get my onagers now just to start raining fire and death upon the enemy. Alright, what's the go here with my Cairo ballista? Can they even get a shot off through there with that? No, they're going to hit my men anyway. Right, get my Cairo ballista to halt. They're not going to do well there. They are getting some shots off on these guys, though. So I got a unit of Onager there. So what's going on with these skirmishers here? Well, yeah, I'm going to get these guys to go into melee here. They're going to be able to beat these guys quite easily. So sorry about the stupidity of this battle. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. It was alright until I decided to tell my cataphractoi to be a little bit stupid. But they are charging me now. How good are these? Oh my god, that was fucking woeful, that was. Horrendous. Gonna get my onagers and stuff to disable fire. We'll just halt for a moment. Get the Chiro to hit these guys though, that's your main target. Right, get out of melee mode and sit there. Now run these guys down, that's what you should be doing, just shooting the fuck out of these guys. Now these ballista here are going to go to town on this unit here. Watch this. I missed, but you get the idea. Oh, that was nice. Got a couple. That Chiro ballista's empty. Alright, fill these guys up a bit more. So, I don't really know what the AI's gone and done here. They just sort of like threw a smaller army at me. And then... I don't know exactly. They are getting some shots off though, which I don't like. We need to neutralize those onagers. Come on, Cataphracto, move. Well, at least my crossbowmen are getting their shots off there. Just so slow, the Cataphractoi. Oh, what's happening here? We're going to break them there. Yeah, we're getting a little bit exposed here. I'm going to send a unit of Cataphractoi back over this right-hand side because there's a cavalry charge coming across. Let's start speeding things up because not really too much is happening. To be blatantly honest. Alright, fold the units back around this way. Fall around, fall around, fall around. If you can get back and around, we'll be able to get an Axeman unit over there. Alright, now move these two units of Cataphractoi. Now, what in the fuck is happening here? If this, like... I just don't like how the AI does this. Decides to attack me and then doesn't attack me, like... You win if the timer runs out. Just for a continuity standpoint, it's sort of boring. Right, we'll throw in the Axemen and we'll throw in the units of Cataphractoi now. Oh, it looks like there's a charge going on over here, though. Yeah, we get these guys to go into melee. What's happening here now? Well, let's get some shots off then. I just need to make sure that they don't get too close, because they are going within a pretty, like, aggressive. Like, are we just going to get a volley off, or are you just going to keep on running? There we go. Now go backwards. Go back, go back, go back now. Like, they're not quick enough to respond to running, I swear. Right, what's happening on this other side? Alright, fall back further. Alright, what's happening here now? Just crushing this right-hand side. So they're actually trying to push me quite heavily here. Are they falling back? Are you for real? Get my ballista to hit across the face, if you can. Yeah. We'll at least get a unit of Cataphractoi to fire against them. Oh, okay. Getting shot from behind is not going to help them at all. Right, what's happening over here now? Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually send my general unit across there. So we smash that side. I don't really know what's happened there. What's happening here now? Oh, Jesus. But my generator is going to run these guys down quite quickly. I need to watch out for that other cavalry unit though. Yeah, it's too risky. Fall back. Alright, what are we going on here? Yeah, get rid of these guys. Lost a lot more than what I would like in this battle. Not happy. Just stupid decisions. I'm just like I shouldn't really be skirmishing with my cataphracti. They're just not quick enough. As I say, I'm going to do that. Just a shame that I couldn't get rid of that archer unit. So what are they trying to do here? They're sort of like incredibly hesitant as to what they're trying to do. So they're charging us now. Maybe. We'll see what they're doing. Yeah, I think I might even just use my cataphractoids, basically archers. Just sit back, get some shots off. Alright, what are my onagers doing now? Because I need to reform them. So I'll get my swordsman to engage here. Get my cataphracti sort of just to hit at the further back unit. We'll get my cataphracti on this side to hit their horses. What's this? A very heavy. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change it up with a heavy shot. What about this left-hand side here? What are we firing against? Medium. Okay, so it looks like the time is nigh. This is it. This is the engagement, hopefully. They're going to start hitting me, which took them fucking forever. Now, because they haven't got any skirmishes or anything on this side, I'm actually going to form my cataphracti further around, because they're going to get some better shots off here. What's happening here? I might fall you back a bit more, actually. So they're just trying to puncture this left-hand flank, which is not really doing them any well. My Imperial swordsman here just going to hold, and they also have units of axemen just behind, which just makes that even 10 times better. So hit them from behind here. Like these guys are going to absolutely get fire and death rained upon them. So the first half of this battle was fucking woeful. Starting to speed up a bit now. I'm going to throw in some of my axes, because they're not going to hold if they don't. They're going to buckle if they're not careful. Okay, here we go. Here's the big fucking sort of money maker. Aim for their general unit. If we take out a general, that would get us in a way better position. At the moment, it's not too bad, but I'm not going to lie. It definitely could be better. You just need to keep an eye on it. So what's happening here? So we've broken them there. Let's crush. Oh no! Keep firing in there. Do we have any spare Cairo ballista or anything? No. Right, let's get some general units. Let's drop the morale here. Let's improve my morale there. Let's. What else have I got? I've got a war cry, which is going to minus the morale here. I'm going to use a raise the banner there. How do these guys get back in? Let's go for a charge. We won't be able to break them. I'm actually sort of going on the attack now. I'm advancing a lot more. Their general's just there. Shame it's pissing down with rain. We would be able to doing a little bit better. Right, they are sort of... Right, that's way too close. Right, we've got a couple of things I need to remedy here. I do prefer to go into slow motion sometimes, so I'm going to have to move a unit of axemen here. Basically... Oh, that's not good. These guys, except for the Cairo Ballista, are basically not getting used. So flank. Just flank as much as you can. Now the problem is with the amount of enemies there are, we're simply just going to be able just to try to kill as many of them, and then we're going to have to reform because they are going to slowly have to trickle in. Now aim for their general unit. If we could get rid of them, that would be better. Still continue to aim for the general unit with my large onagers. So an interesting charge. Took them a while. Right, we'll go into melee so we can hold them, then send 2 units here. Unit of axemen, unit of swordsmen to break down that cavalry unit. Alright, moving those axes up here now because we're gonna buckle if we're not careful there. We actually have on one of the sides. Right, fall that axeman there down. I forgot about the amount of just swordsmen I had on this other side. I wasn't paying attention. Did I kill the general unit then? Oh, that's broken. We're gonna have to reform up soon. Right, what's happening over here? Get my crossbowmen to hit them in here. We'll get some venomous volleys off. Awesome. Right, once we've buckled this, we're going to have to reform. Because there are going to be a hell of a lot more trickling in. You bet. Because this is a shambles at the moment, to be honest. Just need to kill everyone as best as possible. Right, now we need to reform. Right, so basically go back with my swordsman. And then we'll reform the archers as well. So, probably make a smaller line as we don't have as many men, but that's not too bad. If I do say so myself, chuck you here. Alright, archers. Reform back up as well. How long has this battle gone for? 38 minutes. Wow. Right. Basically just do that. Cairo Ballista, just run back for the love of God. Right, so get these guys out of melee. This unit of cataphracti. These are the fucking bastards that dismounted. They're basically an archer unit, aren't they? Alright, these guys fall further in. Everyone reform. Let's start speeding things up. Let's wait for the other wave. Actually go into swords mode, run these guys down. I don't want to get too absent away. Because there are going to be a lot trickling in. You bet there was a hell of a lot more. As you see here, you can slowly see them coming in. So actually my onagers are pretty well out, so I might as well just throw you back. These guys, however, Not too bad. Okay, well that unit just broke. God knows why. So my Cairo Ballista, sorry, my Cataphractoid will be able to run down some of them. How are we going for sort of odds? We've lost about 1,300. Okay. I just have to be careful, watch out for these guys, so fall back now. But here we go, there's a unit of spearmen coming in. My crossbowmen, I really should have them on heavy shot, to be honest. But yeah, they're going to soften these guys up before even the first charge comes in. Which is awesome. Might chuck them in a group. I'm actually going to put my Cataphractoid. They're not on skirmish, they can't skirmish. These guys barely can. Maybe we can get some like counter charges, stick them on the sort of ends, and we'll hit some of these guys from behind. But here we go. They've chosen these units because they're going to buckle first, so that's why I'm going to quickly just put my axemen. Now the reason why my axemen are here is basically to plug any gaps that may or may not arise. We broke that unit incredibly quickly. Get the crossbowmen to fire at them then. Hitting them from behind. Alright, let's start speeding things up. Well, here are some of the skirmishers. I won't use any of my abilities, but now at the moment they're slowly going to start trickling in one by one, which is a pain in the arse. But we'll be right, we will prevail. Most of their skirmishers are coming in now anyway. Go with a quick, nice, lightning and fast charge if we can. Just need to be careful. I might even just try to hit them from behind there. Then quickly move out. Not too bad. Fall out to the side. Gonna pop you here. Looks like my Onigers are out of ammo now. Fall you back. Alright, let's start speeding this battle up. I have to be careful for those cavalry there. Just hold on, men. We'll win. We have to survive 34 minutes anyway. Oh, move back, fellow men. What's happening here? So there's a lot of skirmishers on that left-hand side, so I'm going to swing them around. Fall up with the axemen. Man, those skirmishers are doing some damage. There's a lot of them coming in as well. But we're going to be able to run them down quite quickly. That's the thing. However, they absolutely rinse through Cairo Ballista if you're not careful. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to get them because there's a cavalry unit there, which is going to be able to do us. Whoa, yeah, look at that. I'll leave them exposed for a little bit. Fuck me. Yeah, I'm sick of using these Cairo Ballista. We're just going to lose the whole units if we're not careful. So just get everyone to fall back. Fall them back with these guys. Yikes. Because they're just not quick enough. They're just not quick enough to adapt to all those bloody skirmishers. But at least I can put like my infantry on a shield wall, which will soak up most of the ammunition, because it'll be one of those battles where you're going to win it, but we're not going to be able to knock out all the skirmishers if we're not careful. So I've quickly just thrown everyone into a shield wall, which does help with the... It gives a 25% block chance, which is what we need. And we're just going to have to go toe-to-toe with their skirmishers. So, put you on a fire at will. How else can we fix this? Now, they're skirmishing. They're on fire at will, so they're going to skirmish back. That's a diamond charge straight in there. Yeah, we're just going to have to let our crossbowmen help. Just like fire in there. Yeah, that's what's going to happen now. Damn it, we might actually lose this simply because of their skirmishers' superiority. Because we're not going to be able to run them down. If we run down, we're going to push them further into their zones. Just need to hold them off. And we just need to soak up the heat, which is terrifying. Because my infantry's not going to be able to run down these very light skirmishers. Shit, they actually might have us here with all these just stupid skirmishers. Because the thing is, if we run and chase them, we're not going to be able to win. We're simply not going to be able to. So we have to get our crossbowmen to just go toe-to-toe with theirs. And just hope, because they are focusing on them now. Look at that. We just need to hopefully get our shots off. But this is most of the Provence army. I'm trying to think whether or not I should start throwing some general units into the mix. That's broken, that's good. Bloody hell, but good old Zachary's having a huge command here. Yeah, go back into formation if you can, but I 100% don't blame you if you can't. But this has been an absolute bloodbath. The amount of men has fought on this. They are getting their shots off. They just need to just hold on. Because I've been in this situation before. My ears just popped in. I'm hearing this ringing noise. I don't know what the fuck caused that. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to charge with the general unit here. They've gotten pretty close to my line. On this side as well, so hit them. I might be able to break them. But just look how quick they are, damn it. And look how much they're just tearing through the bodyguard as well. I just have to be careful. Just look at that, that's insane. They basically make everything into pin cushions. That's why there's, like, did you just see my general? Holy fuck! He lost nearly half of his unit because those skirmishers are just deadly. We have to sit back and let my skirmishers, and then just let my infantry can't do anything. They just have to. If they had shield wall in this fucking game, like the Romans, like we are the Byzantines, why the hell can't we bring shield wall back? The amount of battles we'd be able to win. But it's a very, very interesting tactic what they've gone and done here. I've got to give them props. Mind you, what we're targeting now is just not heavy infantry, so we probably should actually switch our ammunition up. I think we're gonna win this battle. I think we're gonna prevail, but honestly, by the skin of our teeth. Not by much. We're gonna win it by a bee's dick. So, okay, so they've actually run out of skirmish there. So, what's happening on this other... I think they're all out. So, they're all out of ammunition, right. So, now we can actually just get stuck into them. Let's start fucking them up. Instead of being pussies, they're being pussies just sitting there and aiming and raining fire and death upon us. But I think we've pushed through now. I don't know if there's any more to come. Swing a unit of axemen around. Get the axemen to keep up the chase. But the amount of men we've lost. Jesus, but compared to them. Right. Are more about to come in as well? Whew, this is going to be a long battle, boys. I think there's more coming in. I have a feeling. I should write down, especially with these big battles, how many more men are left. 50 minutes. Whew. Alright, alright, alright. That was my woeful American accent. So now we don't really have enough men. Sorry, we don't have enough swordsmen to make a front line, so we're just going to have to go with axemen. So we'll chuck this up like that. Then put you guys, I guess, behind. That'll do. Then just once you guys get into position, but yeah, by the looks of it, settings we haven't technically won. You would think that there would be more men coming in. That's why I'm not going to literally chase them down. I'm not going to let my archers shoot at will. Alright, just give it a minute. Because I've been tricked by this before. So they're routing, fucking whatever. They're coming. Trust me. Mind you, only 22 minutes remaining. We're about to hit that. So even if these guys rout, we're not going to win. I'm pretty sure. Okay, they're gone and we still haven't won yet. So, that means that there's more men coming in and we just can't see them at the moment. Alright, go into shield wall. Go into shield wall. I might just keep them in their groups just so they're easier to see at the minute. Yeah, we're on a... So you got 40 men left in his unit. I'm just sort of curious to go up and see where they are. Damn, I might have to cut some of this battle because it is pretty boring. We can't seem to see any of them. There's definitely some there. Oh, is that something there? No, I was sort of... Huh. There we go. What the fuck is this? Was that it? A large Onager has gone all the way from that other side. Wow, that's insane. Right, we'll get our general unit to charge in then. Even though there's only 53 of him. Oh, wow. There's actually a hell of a lot. Oh, well, okay. Okay. That was the victory. Are you for real? So stupid. Oh, what? Right, I'm going to end it there. For fuck's sake, a close victory? Yeah, to say the least. So, rightio. Let's have a look at the campaign map then, and the result. Close victory. Duchy of Provence deployed 11,520. Right, 11,000. We deployed 5,114. We lost 2,471. They lost 2,636. obviously to basically recap, evaluate the battle. I did poor with my cataphracti. I sort of overestimated their ability to skirmish. I really should have kept them back on the flanks and just let them do some pot shots, because their cavalry was way too quick for mine. I think my infantry did alright, just holding that front line, and so did my just archers. They did really well picking up the pace. Siege equipment rise. It's just a sort of a shame that it was pissing down with rain. They really wouldn't put to their best ability. I did have to reshuffle them a bit. The Cairo Ballista did alright for the first half, but I would have preferred them to get some more shots off. But we only lost a 1 unit, and then 3 units of cataphracto, fuck me. But we're going to execute the captives, of course. I might as well continue and give you guys an hour special, why not? We're only 5 minutes off. But that battle took up most of it. Not the most exciting tactical, but a huge blow and a must show for the war. Now, do we just continue to push on? Do we push across the border now? Can we push across the border with my other armies? Now that was only 2 stacks in that army against the majority of theirs. So let's push down over the river when we can. Oh, so we have to push across there. That's interesting. I thought I could push across there. I could push across there. We're going to get the Emperor to go down to Valencia. I might actually just get the Prince to hold. We're going to repair. I don't think we're going to like spend time just changing the building, simply because we're going to hit our objective soon. We only need 10 more territories. Technologies wise, we've done everything. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 technologies in the whole tree left at all, which is quite insane. But after that battle, we're going to do a save. I will hit the hour mark for you guys, give you an hour special. I don't mind doing that, because we are at war with Provence. Now, I do have an army moving down to Lyon here, simply to recruit more, just in case we go to war with the Vikings, because we haven't even seen what they're doing. So we do have a lot of money. So basically, what I want to do here is basically make a northern army. I said basically a lot then, I shouldn't have. Sounds stupid. Alright, that's alright. So go with 4 units of Imperial Axemen. Then we'll... I don't particularly want this army to have any onagers, any siege equipment, because it's a reactionary force. I want it to be quick and hit them hard. So I'm going to go with 4 units of Axemen, 4 units of Spearmen, and then we'll go with the 4 units of Swordsmen. So basically all this sort of stuff doesn't actually help me. I don't raid. I guess some of the farming stuff might help. Finish up the manors, but we're basically nearly at the tail end of the campaign. So what's happening now then? So do we push upon Valencia with the Emperor? I think we're going to be able to quite easily. I do not like splitting them up overly that much. So let's repair. Also, we're going to be taking on these regions' corruption, but let's take a couple more territories. Let's push down. There we go. Down, over, and around. I might actually not even worry about pushing this other. I'm going to double back. I might even double back with this army. I think we're going to be... We need to send these armies down to Barcelona and whatnot. Alright, let's take this settlement here. Interesting that they went aggressive. They didn't try to hold up in their territories, which is what I would have done. But mind you, those skirmishes did do well for them on the battlefield. Right, we need to throw this other army up here. I hope they fight me. Oh, damn it, they ran. Cowards. I'm not going to win that. as I run away. Quite funny. Alright, what are Provence gonna do here? Oh, okay, so they've actually attacked me with that army. I'm gonna retreat. They've hit me in that, but they've fucking funneled me in there. That's not good. I'm probably gonna lose Zachary, which isn't good. We're gonna have to fight this on the field in the next episode. But guys, I'm going to end the video here. I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm incredibly tired. But yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay tuned for more content on my channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on my social media links, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All are in the description below. We're going to continue our war with the Duchy of Provence. Once we've finished that off, I think I'm going to end the campaign. We could go to war with the paganism northern part of the map in Denmark. Maybe betray our English allies, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more content on Simpzy Total War. Goodbye.